taking out some strawberries because I'm going to make some strawberry shortcake today. I'm heading off to the store to get some heavy cream, and I'll be back with you. So I was outside just a little bit earlier trying to sit in the sun with a coffee. I was freezing. And so before coming out to the store, not all that long later, like within the hour, I put on long jeans and a long sleeve t-shirt and I'm headed to the store, and now it's 70 degrees in my Jeep. Actually, now it says 68. And I'm warm. Seriously. Oh well. Such is life in Western New York. Off we go to Wegmans to get that heavy cream. What else do I need? I feel like I need something else, maybe half and half. Don't want to run out of that. That won't be a very fun coffee time. Guys, please tell me why a 16-ounce container of Good Culture is $6.49. But you know what? I'm just glad they actually have it in stock finally again. I'm out of my Cabot whole milk Greek yogurt. I'm not seeing it here, unfortunately. That's really sad. There's nothing like it. Once I had that, I didn't want anything else, and I'm out. So either I can go with Faye or nothing. Faye 2% is $7.40. Well, it's on sale for $6.49, I guess. Which one's this? Okay, there's the 5%. Also $6.49. Isn't that crazy? For 32 ounces of yogurt. Woo-wee. The big heavy cream or the little heavy cream? That is the question. Oh my gosh, who remembers these? Like little cappuccinos. I think they were called International Delights back in the day. They were like little cappuccinos. You just mix with water and stir. That just brought back a memory. $14.99 for my 8 o'clock coffee, the original. I love these lip balms. They don't have my favorite one, which is the vanilla mint, but they're so nice. Okay, first of all, we've got groceries. Let me put them down right here. Second of all, I gotta show you this darling little book I got from Thrift Books. I just brought it in from the car. I've had it in the car for like a week. And so I'm like, I better get this in the house. It doesn't have a dust jacket, which I'm not happy about because I didn't realize it didn't. But it's Country Fare Cookbook. I thought it would have a lovely picture on it. So I'm kind of like, really? Where's my dust jacket? But there is a cute picture inside. Oh, love it. My goodness, there's all kinds of wonderful food in here. There's homemade breads, homemade handsome cakes from the fairs, prized chiffons, praise-winning pound cakes, company's coming cakes, yada, yada, yada. It goes on and on and on. Pies, brownies, cookies, donuts, snacking cakes, gingerbreads. I love the fair pictures. Oh, here's a couple more. I just love this. I just love these photos so much. There's only a few photos in the entire book, but I love them. So our strawberries are still frozen. Oh, didn't sound not frozen on that side. Still frozen, and that gives us time to make the biscuits. Also, Dunkin' Donuts for $3. Yes, please. That one's me. Or my daughter, actually. I got her the same thing as myself. My other daughter's here today, so I got her one. So mine today is a medium. Oh, hers is decaf, because she does not need caffeine. Mine has caffeine. So mine is a medium iced coffee original, cream, 2 Splenda, and 3 toasted almond shots. Those are unsweetened shots. Or I keep saying unsweetened. I don't know that they're unsweetened, but they are 0 sugar shots. That's what I mean to say. My husband will come down at some point. He comes down a lot when he's working. He takes a lot of breaks. So he'll get his when he comes down. I usually run it up to him, but I just want to get going on my recipe. Okay, problem solved. I just sent him a text and now he knows it's down here. Now I'm gonna go put my hair up so it doesn't drive me insane. Okay, smart today. Got my apron on. Got my hair up so it doesn't drive me insane. I even remembered to go put take my laundry out of the washer and shake it and hang it up. I don't dry most of my clothes in the dryer. Oops, hold on. Okay, I found a shortcake recipe in this one, Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook. Trying to see when was this from. 1953 is the copyright. It's a little bit worse for wear, poor little thing. I need to get those like those hole punch like reinforcements, those little round stickers that you could put around the holes to reinforce them, because some of them are just falling out. This was a picture in there. I don't want to make a big one. I want to make individual ones. And I did finally find the shortcake in here. Where was it? There's all this stuff in front of it. Now where on earth did it go? Rich shortcake. Well, here's the recipe. And it does give you instructions for making individuals. You can make 6. This is a 6-serving recipe. Okay, so the recipe's name is Rich Shortcake. You need 2 cups of sifted enriched flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1 tablespoon sugar, a half teaspoon salt, a 1/3 cup shortening, 1 well-beaten egg, and a 1/2 cup milk. The oven needs to be at 450. So I'm going to turn that oven on now. Figure out the pan situation. Okay, I think you would just cook it. It seems like you just cook it like a biscuit. So I'll get a baking sheet, put a parchment down, and get all that going, and then I'll be back, and we'll get going. Okay, so I've got our cookbook in my stand. Okay, we need 2 cups of flour. I'm using a bread flour. That's what I have. It's supposed to be sifted, so I'm going to take out 2 cups, and then I'm going to sift it. My sifter. Let me do this so you can actually see what I'm doing. That might be nice. Let's turn the handle and sift away. Whoa. Looks like we've got a little more than 2 cups now. No, okay, we're okay. We're at 2 cups. True. I spilled some. It does look like maybe I could take a little out, to be honest. It kind of makes it light and fluffier, it seems. Okay, there. So we'll put the 2 cups of flour into our mixing bowl. Now we need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Got my handy dandy. Oh, this drives me crazy. Does that drive you crazy? It's like all the time. There. 1. I like this can because you can kind of scrape the top and level it out. As you don't mind that noise, it's just my child closing the door. There, we got our 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Now we need a tablespoon of sugar. Got my sugar here. 1 tablespoon. Seems like a lot when you put it like that, but it's just a tablespoon. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Oh, that's what I didn't get together. Oh, I do have one here though, so that's fine. I have a teaspoon. Does it have a teaspoon? Yeah, I could just do half of that. I do that a lot of times, but I wanted this right. So, got the pink Himalayan sea salt. I need to buy more. I'm just about out. Ooh, that was loud. Okay, we're supposed to use a 1/2 cup of shortening. First of all, let me mix this really well. and incorporate all of the dry ingredients. That's always a good first step to do. After this, I don't typically use shortening, so I'm gonna use a half a stick of butter. We need a 1/4 cup of shortening. Actually, I read that wrong, it's a 1/3 cup. So I need a little more than a half a stick. Hold up. Okay, so we need 5.333 tablespoons of butter. I have 4 here and it's hard. And then I have a softened stick of butter, not a stick, like a stick behind me. I'll take a tablespoon from that, like a 1 1/3 tablespoons to add to this once this is already soft. And then we'll have the right amount. Okay, we also need a 1/2 cup milk, so I'm gonna get that measured out now. And then I will beat the egg, which you are being held up by, so let me move. Set that to the side. This is a beautiful jadeite antique bowl, one of my favorites. It's a set of 3 nesting bowls. I'm gonna add the milk in here now because they go in together into the flour mixture. Start getting stuff over in the sink. Okay, so we have our flour. Before we add anything else, we're going to add in our shortening or butter, and we're gonna cut it into our flour mixture. Usually you would use a pastry cutter for this. I have one somewhere, it's my grandmother's. Not sure why I can't find it. I'm just gonna go in with my hands. My hands have been cleaned before starting this, so now they just have flour all over them. That's just fine. You could also use 2 forks probably, or a knife, or 2 knives, it doesn't matter. There's many ways to cut shortening and or butter into flour. You just want to get it really incorporated well, really broken down, kind of like mealy, a little bit like mealy looking. I'll show you afterwards. Okay, so pretty well incorporated at this point. Okay, temperature is up. The oven's up to temp now. On earth. I'm going to incorporate the egg and milk mixture into the flour mixture now. Okay, so we want to just stir until combined. We don't want to overwork this dough because it's biscuits. Okay, gotta be careful not to do that. I'm gonna move these guys out of the way. You also might want to melt another tablespoon of butter because afterward we're gonna brush the tops with melted butter. Now, we're gonna turn this out onto a lightly floured surface. Got my counter here, lightly floured in front of me from that flour I spilled earlier. Kind of convenient. That's what we're looking like. There's a lot of loose flour in here too, actually. Ah! Get on out. Get on out. This isn't incorporating all the way. It's very crumbly. Now, we're supposed to pat the dough 1/2 inch thick and cut with 2.5 inch floured biscuit cutter. I do have a biscuit cutter on standby here. I'm just trying to pat it down even somewhat. Hopefully that's good. See, that's what we're looking like, okay? And then I have my biscuit cutter, and I'm just gonna go in and cut. If you don't have a biscuit cutter, you can use a glass, like a small drinking glass. And so on. Oops. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. Don't want to do that. See how beautiful? We're gonna put that on our prepared parchment. Y'all, I can't wait. I haven't made biscuits in years because I've been trying to lose weight. Always on those low carb diets. I haven't made biscuit in years, any kind of biscuits, and I used to make them on a weekly basis when my kids were small. Now we can kind of like revamp this dough, repat it without trying to overwork it so we can get a couple more biscuits out, because there's a lot of waste in between the biscuits we cut that we don't want to waste. There, I got my 6 biscuits. There's still a little more dough, but I don't think it would really amount to anything nice. Okay, so we have our 6 biscuits. We have some leftover dough, but like I said, it's kind of weird, you know. Maybe I'll make one more biscuit with it. Please don't be overworked and underpaid. Just kidding. Make one more out of you. Why not? Kind of got cracks because, you know, it was all the little scraps put together. Still gonna be edible, honey. Yes, indeed. Let me show you what we got. So we've got our 7 biscuits. Now, I put this in the oven between 15 to 18 minutes. That's the instructions for the big one, but it doesn't give separate cooking instructions for this individual, so I'm assuming it's the same. I'll keep my eye on it. Definitely. There she goes. There she goes, baby. Please do us proud. We made a big mess. We want a nice treat. Thank you so much. Now, take this opportunity to clean up. Remember, we emptied our dishwasher every morning, so now it's empty. And we can just rinse and fill. And then when we're done and our treat's done, we don't have a big mess to clean up. Now, I'm not putting my Angie's balls in the dishwasher, but everything else certainly can go in there. Let's meet back after that. Okay, those biscuits are almost done. We're gonna make our whipped cream. We have heavy whipping cream. This is just a pint. I'm using one of these deli containers. I believe it's 32 ounces. I don't need this whole thing. I'm using about half of this, maybe a tiny bit more. I have to really keep an eye on my, I'm gonna use about 1/8 of a cup of sugar. Like, do I even need that much? Anyways. I gotta keep a real eye on my biscuits. They're almost there. I'm gonna use something really quick, this immersion blender with a whisk attachment, to go to town. And we will just stir this until it gets thick like whipped cream. Okay, the oven beeped. I paused what I was doing. Get you your melted butter. Kind of gives it a little special something. All right, let me finish this. Here's that massive biscuit that was made from scraps at the end there. Ooh, I did that a little hard. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Let's see, this is the rest of the biscuits. Very rustic. Definitely not from a store can. Okay, I'm gonna try again to show you. You whip the heavy cream and sugar until it gets really thick, like you know whipped cream should be. Like so. That beautiful homemade whipped cream only took a couple minutes. Okay, so we have everything all set. Got our beautiful plates. Put a biscuit on. They're still warm, right from the oven. We're going to open one up, like so. I just want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, I have our strawberry syrup that we made last week. When we went to the farm and bought all those beautiful strawberries. I don't think that has aired yet. It'll be airing soon. Our shopping in the country day and buying 5 quarts of strawberries. and we preserved them in that video. And this is the results after defrosting. Look how syrupy and wonderful that is. Oh my goodness. Then we will top with some whipped cream because that is a must. Oh. Isn't it beautiful? Oh. Bon appetit. Now friends, I haven't eaten anything like this in a long time because I'm on a weight loss journey. And I just hit a major milestone. And you may be wondering, what are you doing, girl? I don't know, but this is a lifestyle for the rest of my life. And it's June, and it's strawberry season, and I'm not gonna not have it this year just because I'm on a weight loss journey. What I'm gonna do is eat this, drink a little water. I'm gonna go take myself upstairs and put on my sneakers, get on my headphones, and go for my 3-mile walk, which I haven't done yet. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Enjoy, friends. Wait, what the hell? I didn't even record myself take a bite. My bad. That is off of this world. Not to brag on my own cooking. Please forgive me. No preservatives. Except for what was in the heavy cream. Can't help that. I don't want a cow. This cream is just so smooth and silky. I'm almost tempted to eat this whole thing on camera. I'm gonna eat it way too fast, sadly. Little hint of salt among all the sweetness. So good. I know sometimes people think people don't really eat, or they spit it out or whatever. If you think I'm doing that, if anybody, I don't think I'll have that problem. Hardly anybody's watching. But if anybody could ever imagine I would do such a thing, spend all this work, all this time, make this beautiful dessert, and not eat it. That's seriously so laughable. Not gonna ever happen. You know what? I sure wish one of my other kids were here because I'm kind of full. I can't believe I would ever say that. I'm not that kind of person. I've never been that kind of person. I could eat anything. My body's telling me, girl, you're satisfied. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm gonna put this in the freezer. You think that would be smart? Because it's gonna melt and be horrible if I don't. If I just put it in the fridge. I think I'll put it in the freezer and offer it to maybe my kid, one of my kids when they come home. I don't know how it would defrost, but I don't see why it wouldn't be good. I'm gonna try it. Never thought I'd do that. Never thought I'd say that. That's incredible. I'm really surprising. I'm surprising myself every day. Okay, I got ready for my walk. I am wearing the Halara activewear shorts and just a Levi's t-shirt. I had to get into something cool because it got warm again. What a beautiful day out here. And I feel so good about it because I'm blunting that blood sugar spike. I'm helping myself in every way possible while still not depriving myself. And I'm getting blood work tomorrow, so that's pretty important to me. It always is though anymore these days. But even more so that I'm having blood work at 7:20 tomorrow morning. My yearly blood work. So I had to wait a while to get a morning appointment. I am not gonna fast and go without coffee for very long. So there weren't a lot of morning appointments. I had to wait quite a while. But I finally found one. It's a half hour away. I have to drive a half hour. Why? I don't know. I don't live in Farmville. I live in the suburbs. Why the heck there's so few morning appointments that I have to drive a half an hour to get one is beyond me, but I'm blessed and grateful that I am able to do so. So, not trying to complain too much, because it is possible for me, and I do know and recognize that as a luxury. Believe me, I haven't always been here. So, I do get it. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, friends. It was fun. I enjoyed our time together, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye for now.